Alright. Let's talk about what this one is doing before I dive into my lunch. For starters, the curve's not quite as offensive as it looks here, because we've got Bonecrusher Giant, which is technically a 2 of, and a couple of things at the bottom end which can block a little bit. The mana in this deck is probably a touch ambitious. We've got double red cards, double white cards, and double black cards. So one of the questions in my mind is definitely going to be like, can we cast all of our spells consistently game to game, is something that I'm a little bit worried about. Perhaps I should take a peek at the mana here, because the basics I'm about to put in this deck don't make sense at a glance to me. Like, why is there so much white mana for, like, one here and then this? So how many white swords are in? There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 19 white sources in this deck for some reason. And there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 black sources. So there is way too much white mana in this deck and not nearly enough black mana. And then there's red. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, yeah, we're gonna let's cut a bunch of white sources and add some black sources here really quick. For starters. This land's probably great, though. Let's add some Blood Crypts in. Normally I do this mana-based tweaking off stream, but we gotta cut the line for this. This is now 11, 15, 16 red, and it's 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 black. I actually think Foulmire Knight's plenty fine. Like, it's probably close to a playable card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's still 16 white here. Honestly, I kind of want to cut the Gideons for more Foulmire Knights. That way I have less, I think I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, I don't really want to cast Gideon on 3. Makes the white requirements even less. So I want to cut a white source for a black source here, basically. How can I cut a white source for a black source? I can't really, right, with these lands, because both of our temples are white lands. I basically have to cut these castles, which is unfortunate, because the castles seem good. Yeah, I think I have to cut the castles. Alright, that's probably fine. Alright, let's call it a day. Let's dive on into some matches and see how this adventure goes. So, if you like watching me go through stuff like that, it's really easy to do that. Just familiarize yourself with the Mana Math article. The Mana Math article, basically the things I'm talking about there and how I'm cutting things is basically me just having a lot of those stats memorized from lots of time spent playing it. Cutting Gideon makes Sarkhan worse, sure. Hot take. Sarkhan's good on his own with no other planeswalkers. I'm excited to keep this hand and never draw a third land and die. And you know what's funny? I actually was planning on going to TwitchCon this year, Sword and Shield, for the first time. And then I saw the set release date, and I was like, nope, definitely not. Definitely not going to TwitchCon on release weekend. That's like the best possible weekend for Twitch numbers. Hey, Bedell, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, this card costs 3 mana to cycle. It's a lot worse than I thought. It's probably still fine, but... Hey, Dan, thanks for the Prime. Sorry, I was building a deck and trying to eat. So yeah, I'm missing some notifications. I saw you mentioned we're not on a delay. You're fine. Are my notifications messed up? Let me restart that just in case. Fires of Invention, yep. Sure. Yeah, like, taking any time off from streaming is losing money, but, like, taking time off for streaming during what's literally probably the most popular weekend of the year seems silly. I uploaded Mardu Adventure twice because whenever I make a change to a deck, I re-upload it, so you always have the latest version on the Stream Decker page. So, I uploaded the initial iteration that someone submitted to me, and then I re-uploaded the iteration after I changed things. There's probably lots of things you could do to optimize this deck. Again, God, that sucks. That's awkward. One of the reasons why I charge so much for people to cut the line into my schedule for today is, generally speaking, I go through deck lists and make sure they make a lot of sense and there aren't silly choices or obvious cards that are missed. And the mana bases, make sure the mana bases work. But when cut the lines happen, those things don't happen. Because sitting there doing those things on stream makes the viewer count tank because it's not good content. And I know there's some of you out there who like that kind of content, but trust me when I tell you that you're in the minority.
I shall miss your company.
This is lining up pretty okay. We've got Ugin to kill Nick next turn, probably exile Realm-Cloaked Giant.
Will bend to my will. Defiances infuriate, witness a mote of my power.
Yeah, making YouTube content's just like, it's basically next to impossible to monetize, essentially. Is exiling Giant better than binning Oath there? Nope, definitely should have binned Oath. I'm reading chat and eating my salad. I agree that binning Oath there is much better. They're probably not attacking me.
I shall withdraw from this petty squabbling. Every exploit ripples through time.
That is true. Me adjusting a deck list is definitely... I have to turn off basically every other streamer when they start building decks on stream. It's like, people who don't moderate their Twitch chats just getting like, shooting down terrible deck ideas from people in chat for 20 minutes is so miserable. Yeah, so I know that, for example, posting the content that I post now to YouTube turns into subscribers. But for example, any other content that I make that's not just me streaming, I basically have to ask myself the question, is making this other content rather than just being live playing decks going to potentially be more profitable or more worthwhile than just being live and playing decks? And I think most of the time the answer to that question is no. Because generally speaking, I don't have a shortage of decks to play through. You find that your viewer count is dependent on the quality of the deck that I'm playing? Yeah. Generally speaking, the worse the quality of the deck that I'm playing, the higher the viewer count. So yes, the viewer count is determined by the quality of the deck that we're playing. Thanks for the 10 months, Death Apparatus. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And like, I feel like this game's a good example of like why this card's kind of medium. Like, I feel like this card hasn't done that much for my opponent. Like, they have all these lands they're just like not using.
You look flammable enough. Let's make some more room to fight in.
The party bus did rotate. And like, this prevents them from playing spells on my turn, right? You can only play spells on your turn. So like, I just get to fire up. I just get to like fire up this Mobilized District and kill their Chandra. They had Blue Castle. That's a fair assessment. So you like play 4 Blue Castle Grixis with this.
I have practiced against men. I have just the trick for this. My mind needs a rest.
I am the master here. Rise and shine. Your boldness is...
Huh? Yeah, if you destroy the enchantment, its effect's no longer in play. I think I'm just doing this. I think I'm attacking here. This lets them draw a card, but I need to keep the zombies out of play so I can eventually attack her down.
Waste not, want not.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. Hone your prowess.
Good help is easy to find in war. No defeat. What a
Like, I feel like my opponent's deck has, like, gotten to do everything it wants to do this game, and it just, like, hasn't been good enough to keep up with us, and like what we've done hasn't been particularly impressive either, right? So like, if this is their deck at its absolute best, like what does it look like when it's mediocre? Give them the hand. I'm gonna have this enter tapped, and then I can draw with Castle at the end of their turn. I would have thought low quality decks would equal less viewers. Is like, see you in. Nah, there's, especially with the MPL players streaming right now, there is an abundance of really good Magic players playing really good decks. And I get that I tend to be more articulate than a lot of them, but in general, that's a pretty saturated market in my experience. Oh yeah, if you haven't seen that animation before, that's the best animation in the set. It's real good.
It's you burning.
I don't even know that I want to mortify this, right? I almost feel like I want this to stay in play so they can't cast spells on my turn. Because if this is in play, they just can't kill my Mobilized District. And my Mobilized District just gets to run them down, right? CBCs, thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
This is gonna be bad for you.
Yeah, a big part of why both myself and Ollie and people like Saffron Olive, why our streams are popular is because we're playing medium Magic decks. For sure. Personality has something to do with it too, to a degree, and the way in which we conduct ourselves on stream, but the types of decks that we're playing are a big part of that. Yeah, this card just does not seem good.
Sit back and watch it burn.
This card's been super unimpressive every time I've seen it in play. Both playing with it and against it. Your move, Yugi boy. Logan, thank you for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Fires and Red Cavalier. See, that seems neat, right? Because that's, do I even want a Chandra alt here? I probably do, right? Alright, that was kind of sweet. This is kind of a neat take on a control deck overall, right? Like, we have a bunch of answers that are then just like, also like, here's my squad. Good luck, Godspeed. Alright, so they're dead. They put Fires of Invention into play, and they went through multiple Nicol Bolas's and Liliana, and it just wasn't good enough. Yeah, when your answers then require them to have answers as well. I agree. Seems decent. Spyglass seems fine. We got a little lucky with our Ugins, right? Magic's all about being lucky. If you're not lucky, I'd recommend playing a different game. Probably want to trim Realm-Cloaked Giant. Oh yeah, Elderspell's great. Probably want to cut Realm-Cloak. This card's probably not good. I'll cut 2 of these. I'm not even sure if I want to be able to kill their fires. Like, maybe if they play fires on exactly 4, I kill it with Mortify. I don't know. How do I get better at being lucky? Have you considered trying to flip coins professionally? I blow on my cards for luck, God bless. Sure. They're a Thought Erasure deck, right? So, like, just keeping a hand that has lands and spells seems fine. Has all of our colors. Can I ask what Spyglass is for? Yeah, they have a bunch of Planeswalkers in their deck. So probably just, like, name Nicol Bolas. Like, certainly have 4 of that card. Someone had mentioned trimming an Oath during sideboarding. I actually think Narset makes trimming Oath pretty bad. Because, like, they do this, right? Like, they play Narset, they down tick, and then Oath finishes her. Finish her! Dunk.
Such violence is upsetting.
Such violence is upsetting. And I assume their deck just doesn't have any counter spells in it, right? Well, their hand is real bad. This card costs 7. That's so much mana. Perfect, Chandra. Bless up. Minrev, thank you for the 4 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Like, if they didn't win last game with their deck firing on all cylinders, I'll be kind of surprised if they can pull this one out. So, we'll Murderous Rider this one, and then we'll Command the Dreadhorde all their Planeswalkers back into play.
Oh, it's you burning. My honor's been destroyed.
So if they don't draw, like, Thought Erasure here or Duress, we're gonna like, well, this is 12, 15. Do we just pay 15, chat? Who wants to pay 15, chat? Can I go to 7? I'm gonna go to 7. Greatness at any cost, chat. Greatness at any cost. Narset's actually pretty bad in our deck because she doesn't find adventures. But Tyrant Squad kills the zombie. You are technically correct, which one could argue is the best kind of correct. All right, I'm kind of picking up what this deck is putting down. That's kind of sweet. Pretty easy mulligan here, and only do we have a lot of lands, but there are a lot of lands that don't even cast our spell. Sure. My wild cards want to get off the ride. I got bad news bears for your wild cards if you're hanging out in this channel. I would like to block. Actually, that's not true, right? Yeah, because I don't want this to get bigger yet. I'll block next turn, probably. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. Yeah, Giant Killer's a peasant. It's Jack. This is Jack, chat. Have you not met Jack before? He's a very angry boy. Jack is gonna block the Venerable Knight, and then Jack's gonna kill this because it's gonna be a 4/4. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, chat. Boop. You know what else is sick, chat? Realm-Cloaked Giant doesn't kill Bonecrusher Giant, because giants are welcome in the realm. Hey, Cultimakin, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Read. Land? Yikes. Currently missing double red. Do I play Giant Killer as a game 2? I don't think so. Maybe I'm supposed to. Corpse Knight's a little scary because it means their deck has reach in it. Yikes. Feels dead, man. Laughing Riot, thank you for the half a year of support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. There is a Fibblethip avatar now, and it's wonderful. Let's do... Cost 1 less to cast for each night. Creatures get 1/1. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a night token. Woof. Can't lose has been declared. Noxious Grasp sounds great. Sweeper 5 sounds great. Bedevil, Bedeck sound great. Really want to drag the curve down here, right? Giant Killer's actually not very good. It's kind of fortunate that I was actually able to kill something. I think a lot of the time he's not going to be able to. Chandra. So, like, it's somewhat appealing to cut cards like Chandra and Ugin. But I don't want to cut too many of our continued sources of card advantage, otherwise we're just going to flood out and die too often. So I think I want to keep these. These cards help us actually end the game as well, which is important. Don't trust Twitch chat on their can't lose declarations. Won't be a good scene for you. Sure. 4 lands and a scry. Let's get that Realm-Cloak. Can I remedy that? As a heads up, Nitro Tiger, tier 1 subs do not come with a bump. You can, however, add decks at a lower price. All the details on how my deck queue works can be found on my website here at this bit.ly/Google link. You can also just go to the jeffhoagland.com and click streaming and then the submit deck dropdown. Is Big Chandra good enough as a sweeper? Yeah, maybe. There's a possibility that that's the case. I'm gonna just use the popcorn command. This reminded me I have cheddar popcorn left. Even though I have the sweeper, I think I want to kill at the very least their first threat here, just so I don't take too much damage while we're getting up to 5. No worries, Nitro. Good to have you here on a live one. I did not submit my deck for the live event yet. Probably do it after this one. Thanks for the reminder. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just not going to get greedy. Let's just keep the guaranteed 6 lands so we can just, like, curve out into these. Pretty sure I'm just gonna play the black-green henge deck. So again, we can play Bonecrusher out here and not even worry about losing value because Realm-Cloaked Giant only explicitly kills non-giant creatures. So when we cast this, it leaves Bonecrusher in play. I mean, do you have any reasonable input on why a lower to the ground build would be better, Mezzy? Or are you just like here to shit on the thing that I like? I'm always open to a reasonable and constructive dialogue. However, just like thing you like bad, other thing good, like that's not helpful or constructive. Yeah. I love that that's everybody's response to anime. It's just like, oh god, that's awesome. Howdy, Psyduck. This card gives the Knights deck a disgusting amount of reach. We played Mardu Knights earlier today, and this card was very, very good in it. Because they have so much reach, I think I'm just going to be conservative and not chuck this in. Just pass the removal spell up here. I'm muted. So we're maybe a little bit behind to like a Sorin here, but like with District, Realm-Cloaked, and Chandra, we're in an okay spot. Even once they answer one of our 3 things, right? Like we saw these other 2. Thunk. The black-green Henge deck has more what I would refer to as player agency. The Knight-style deck is pretty much an all-in aggro deck that's just only interested in asking the question, do you have it? Whereas the black-green deck tends to have a little bit more removal in it, a little bit more play to it in game to game. I also have spent a little bit more time playing the black-green deck, so we played 1 iteration of Knights. We haven't iterated on it at all. The deck list is due in 3.5 hours. So playing the how do I tell which half of this is being cast? This part that's lit up? Is that the part that's being cast? Is that how I'm supposed to know? I think that's how I'm supposed to know. Did we miss a district hit? No, I wanted my district to block. I wanted my district to be able to block and cast Mortify still. Well, I floated too much mana there, apparently. Floated the wrong colors. Doesn't matter. Didn't matter. The effect around it means it's the adventurer. Okay, interesting. If I find another one of these, we might be dead. Oh, I guess I'm gaining one here. Chandra's still doing stuff. Looking for my favorite Realm-Cloaked Giant. I'm not going to snap this off at end of turn, because we've got 2 shots next turn, another Realm-Cloak or Akaya's Wrath. Both of which would be excellent draws. They don't have an attack, because I have a 3/3. Yeah, I think I just take a redraw here, right? Make sure it's not going to tap my land silly.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
I don't know what you're referring to, Emax. Don't tap my utility, my creature land. Stop it. Stop it. So with the Bedeck Bedazzle here, maybe we can get them to make an aggressive attack and then punish them by killing one of their things and eating one of the others. If they're conservative, they'll attack with just this, we'll Bedeck it, and then that leaves us enough mana to draw with Castle, so we've got stuff to do with our lands here regardless of how their combat step goes. Could Knights be viable in Modern 2? Uncertain. Probably not brutal or efficient enough. Knights will certainly be viable in Historic. Maybe our opponent will manage to draw 6 land at some point. We're through half our deck with only one of our 5 sweepers. A little bit of a tilt. Hey, 6 land. Yay, 6 land. Yay, 6 land. Read.
I am out of here.
How many lands do I have? 7. Yeah, I actually have enough to double cast this. Bye, friends. Hey, Fish Lamp Clock. Thank you for the 13 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. How do you feel about 7/7's opponent? It's pretty good. Pretty good. That's an excellent draw. Helps to stabilize. Let's not tap my creature land when I draw. Thanks. Crunch. They're mousing over their graveyard. Do they draw Sorin? Or I could Command the Dreadhorde or something scary. Yeah, Realm-Cloaked Sweet. There's definitely some kind of control deck somewhere in this format that registers 4 of this card. Other details TBD, but there's definitely a control deck here somewhere that wants 4 of this Magic the Gathering card. Any favorite chill so far? Yeah, Black Green Henge is definitely one of my faves at the moment. Yeah, we have 4 red giants in here too. Nice little bit of synergy. Yep, they did draw Sorin as expected. This makes them some chump blockers. Makes them a lot of chump blockers. Realm-Cloaked Giant, please. Oh, I could have killed Sorin there. It goes either way. Stop trying to tap my creature land, game. Alright, now you can tap my creature land. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. Now, I don't know. I feel like Oh, I guess he would have just gotten it back, right? Yeah, I definitely should have killed Soren. Pour one out for Castle Locthwain, huh? Castle Locthwain, like, we were floundering a little bit there, and Castle Locthwain just like, nope, I'm gonna drag you kicking and screaming across the finish line, Jeff. Yeah. And again, just like looking at our curve in a little bit better setting, we've got 8 2s and then 4 of these. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, rotation, standard rotation's a lot like Christmas. Everything's possible. Things are super exciting. Yeah, all of the various castles seem great. Seem super duper reasonable. Definitely an RTR style blue-white control list with some Sweeper Boy in it, reminiscent of tapping it for big Elspeth, wiping the board, and then having a threat left over. Yeah, definitely. And 3 mana Teferi, if you play blue-white with Realm-Cloaked Giant, you can have 3 mana Teferi bounce the 7/7 back to your hand to sweep the board again with it later, which is kind of hot. If rotation is Christmas, then Teferi is the uncle who stays too long during the holidays. God bless. Minrev, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. A bump for Sultai Oko. Sounds good. Sure. As you will. Do I lead on Castle here so I can Foulmire Knight on 2? I think so. Oh, also, you know what's great, chat? This is a 5 mana sweeper that can't be duressed. Because it's a creature while it's in your hand. Think I'm in for that. And we'll go tapped land, Bedeck something next turn, then we can go Chandra, and hopefully she helps us find a land. Adventures are creatures everywhere, except when they're instants or sorceries on the stack. Yeah, you just don't play Narset Watercat. You just play other threats. I'm actually just gonna pass here because I feel like they have a sweeper. They have a Hero's Downfall here, and I don't really want them to like Hero's Downfall my Chandra and not get any value out of her, especially since we drew the 5th land naturally. I'm gonna fetch a swamp with this, so I have 2 black outside of the castle, and I already have double red and double white. I'm not gonna get greedy here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my 2 for 3. Just like clear the board off. Because Corpse Knight's pretty scary to leave around because it like drains me every time they play something.
You want to play with fire, huh? What's that smell? Oh, it's you burning.
I can play the adventure half of this, right? And then I can play the other half later. Yeah, that's hot. Yep, perfect. Man, I really kind of like this core. Yeah, we had to turn emotes on because I wanted to play with Crash. In the latest update, if you want to interact with your own pet, you have to have emotes enabled. And Crash is a good boy. He deserves attention occasionally. I don't really have much experience with Death Shadow. Opponent's username is Worldly Hydra. Blue-green. Blue-green stuff. You can play Giants with Great Henge. Yeah, maybe. This is probably an awful and winnable matchup, right? So, this is good. This is good. I was having a little bit too much fun. This should beat the hope right out of me playing against Field of the Dead. Whew. So this is what I needed. Can I ever beat this card? Yeah, it's very good, Bob. I have 2 copies of Bedazzle. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. How about the second copy of Field of the Dead? Is that more beatable? Still no? Weird. I don't know. I've got a 4-3 and a 2-3. So, like, I just, like, block a bunch, right? Can I just block a bunch? Yeah, drawing 3 giant killers, also not stellar in this matchup. Are they about to time wipe me? I feel like I'm about to get time wiped. Because this attack only deals 2 damage and it throws away a bunch of zombies. I feel like calling that... Here's my hot take for that. I feel like the people calling that Esper deck a stacks deck are really desperate for something to be a stacks deck. It's calling that deck a stacks deck does a disservice to just how obnoxious stacks is in formats where it's actually good. To answer your question more specifically, yeah, I'd play that deck. I just think calling it a stacks deck is kind of silly. Stacks as an archetype refers to the old card Smokestacks, which is a card that basically keeps people from using their lands every turn. Esper Sweepers is probably more realistic what this actually does. I think I'm gonna play this and plus it, and then probably Realm-Cloaked next turn. I've never been so punished for a play in my life. I've never been so punished for a play in my life. Alright, let's try and find a matchup that doesn't involve Field of the Dead. And that's so, like, people keep asking questions about, like, what's good, what feels good, what's not, what's bad. And a lot of it is, you have to realize that while there's plenty of decks that we're winning with now, a lot of the winning you're going to do early in a standard season is playing bad decks against other bad decks. So, like, a lot of the bad decks we're playing on stream are better than the bad decks our opponents are playing, but are they going to be good against the decks that were good last season? No, a lot of them aren't going to be, but you don't really get good testing in to figure that out until people stop being cute. Playing random matches on the ladder, playing random matches in constructed events is not a good or efficient way to test Magic decks. Merry Christmas, Uncle Field of the Dead crapped in the pudding. It's funny because it's sad. I'm going to play this out in case they have a Spellbreaker next turn. Although I guess if they have a giant, they can shock this now. That's probably bad. Yeah, they're just going to like Bonecrusher this. Nah, we have actual moderation here. Chat links are enabled. Now, our blue red deck got dumpstered by green red. However, this deck's probably pretty reasonable against most green red decks. I'm gonna wait on this for now and just like hold up Giant Killer and Murderous Rider this turn, I think. They're like looking at this and then like going like, all right, he didn't cast his spell and chose to hold up 3 mana instead. Like, what does that mean that I have? I'm about to upgrade my subscription level. And it recharges full price. Can I put this tier 1 sub towards Esper Feyblade? As a heads up, Maven Mag, tier 1 subs don't get any bumping power with them. It's just the 2s and 3s if you were to upgrade. Bonecrusher was in fact not ready that day. He was quite sad, actually. Do we get flavor points for killing a giant with the Giant Killer? Definitely. It is an instant. Good to know, Scholar.
No problem fire can't solve.
I appreciate the point out on that. Don't 100% know what they're doing. Probably want a bunch of stuff that kills their stuff. Oh, you're saying it charged you 5 and then extra. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you upgrade now I can bump something with that. That's fine. That I can do. I don't want to trim all of these, but I bet a lot of their stuff is too big for this to kill. Let's give that a try. And for my folks out there who are also Modern fans, we'll be back to doing Modern to start each day on Monday. We'll be doing 1 Modern League each day this week to start things off. Then rolling on into Standard. Yeah, Spyglass got reprinted in Eldraine. Not need a 6th land at the moment. I have all my colors. Black, black, white, white, red, red. Those interesting competitive deck incentives for no idea. Not a clue. Maybe I'm supposed to play a swamp there in case they play a planeswalker and I draw a Bedevil. Hopefully they just play something that Giant Killer can kill. Like a questing beast or whatever. Could draw Murderous Rider too. It's a little awkward. Yeah, I think I should have played this last turn to hedge that. I wish you were a little bit bigger, Spellbreaker. Just a little bit bigger. Yeah, Spyglass. Spyglass is a pretty reasonable card to be pseudo-evergreen, I agree. You imagine Spyglass would have been legal when, what's it called was running around? The spin to win deck? Maybe I should have just played this as a blocker last turn. Aetherworks Marvel, yeah, or Saheeli Cat. Yeah, exactly.
No, I am hot. Let's light it up.
And maybe even just supposed to play my other Murderous Rider there. Our health total's getting a little low. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to go Plains Giant Killer if I'm playing Chandra. They have like a Flash Wolf here. If they have an end-step threat, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Even without an end-step threat, we're still in a little bit of trouble. But if they have an end-step threat... Alright, just hitting my face, Steel. Yikes, are we dead? Did I die? One Oath of Kaya, please.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
Alright. One is not done. Your move, Yugi boy. No, you can only cast cards, exiled adventurers, if they exiled themselves. That's not lethal, because this fights, so I gain 2. Okie doke. Oh, buddy old pal. Don't call it a comeback, kids. Oh no, I don't have another Plains and I tapped off of it. That's unfortunate. I can't play this here because of the way I tap my lands. Yikes. That actually means I'm dead to a, No, I'm not dead to Spellbreaker. If they haste and attack with both, I double block and then grasp this. Dead to burn spells, though. And now this can tap a lot of their haste threats, which is sweet. Hey, IRL Tag, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Free Deathrite Shaman. Let's keep... What if we... Alternative idea, no. Alright, so... I'm definitely just supposed to do that, right? Just, like, get out of burn range. Halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hands. We'll make it, I swear. Do-do. Be-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do. Alright, I love this grind to another oath here. I was ready for a shock response like the ultimate PMs. Just like, LOL, good luck, Godspeed. No gamble, no future, chat. No gamble, no future. Keep Deathrite Shaman where he is. Maloney, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for the amazing content. I'm having a lot of fun with your deck list. Thanks for the half a year, Henrique. And that's what it's all about. Having a good time. There aren't lightning strikes in this format, right? Like, shocks and Bonecrusher Giants deal too, so like, if this would have put me to like, if lightning strike was still legal, I wouldn't have done this. But like, with lightning strike not being legal, I think it's fine to do that. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. I mean, our deck has a lot of reach in it.
That smell. Oh, it's you burning.
Yeah, the one with Adamant does 4. When is Bonecrusher not ready? He's always ready, chat. Always, always ready. I mean, I'm sure there's a spell somewhere in the format that deals 3, but it's not constructed playable. So people that are like, actually, Jeff, there's a card that deals 3 in the format. I believe you. It's not Lightning Strike and it's not constructed playable, though. That was my point. I shouldn't have attacked with these because they're dead to this next turn anyways, so. Yeah, this was a great one is not none game. Just like hook, line, and sinker clawed our way back in. Okay. All right. Don't dragon me. Don't dragon me. Don't dragon me. Whew. Whew. That one's killable. That one. Whew. 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 I was sweating there for a minute, chat. I was a little concerned with our position. Not a dragon. Hashtag not a dragon. That's some good television. Quality TV. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this just because it's land heavy and it's missing double black. I guess I'm on the draw with a scry. Let's give it a try. Sweet. There's a black source. I think I just want to keep all my removal against the flash deck. Just how much removal do I want? All of it. Yep. Okay, so you have Quench available this turn. The question is, do I want to GM Oathakaya or not? I feel like I don't. I feel like I want to shock in Blood Crypt and pass to them probably. And we'll like Murderous Rider them. They'll counter and then we can untap and hopefully resolve Oath the following turn. Quite the adventure with this set. Great content. I can't catch a lot lives anymore, but the speed you put up YouTube content is excellent. Thanks for keeping me around, Hybrid. I appreciate the 5 months. So if they play something inside of my end step here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just murder this. Giant killer's unfortunately pretty awkward in this matchup. It kills Wolf, but that's about it. I'll probably leave in some giant killers, but definitely going to be boarding out some of them. All right. This is the part where like we don't have an option but to jam. Really, that just resolved. I was not prepared for that to resolve. I don't think I have enough life to cast another copy of this, though. Once upon a time, there was a... Why is that, Pokemon nerd? Nix Nibetta, thank you for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's exclamation point Lucky Clover, Alex. For the Twitch chat formatting. Probably not. I'd be kind of surprised if that's good enough. I might have been wrong to play this out as a 1-drop. Since this was like the wolf turn. Lead on this. The reason why I'm leading on Oathakaya as opposed to Bonecrusher Giant is because I really want Bonecrusher Giant to resolve, because if they counter Bonecrusher Giant, I won't be able to cast his back half, which ideally I'd like to. So we're gonna Bonecrusher Giant this one before it hits us this turn here, I think. And then if they counter this, we can untap and Realm Cloak and sweep. Use the cast off. Hopefully they like Frilled Mystic us here. Sabotage, sure. Take my chump. Untapped land to play around Quench here would be A+ excellent. Hey, we broke 3,000 people. Happy Saturday, folks. Hope you're enjoying your release and your pre-release weekends. All right. Survey says... Woohoo! Goodbye, friends. And if they quench this, I don't care, because then they don't have a quench for Realm-Cloaked Giant next turn. Yeah, the mobile is awkward. In general, if you're gonna sub, you should try and sub on the desktop, because on the desktop you don't what's what I'm searching for? You don't get charged the upcharge. Read. Yeah, I'm supposed to bait with Chandra there. I don't know, that could go either way. You know, no Apple or Android tax, exactly. Cheeto fingers in the giant hand. Yep. I have Giant Killer here to just like diddle their Frilled Mystic every turn, right? We can hang on to this until they have a second threat, ideally. That's rude. We're going to 2 here, and this kills us. That's unfortunate. Okay. It's a good pickup. Let's just kill this and not die. Alright. Need to draw an instant speed piece of removal for this next turn. Do you have an unsummon? Gross. Vomit. Need to draw like a... Need to draw not that. Hey, thanks, Slow Future. Good to have you here. Alright, so my opponent decided not to kill me because they know what this card is. So. We get a redraw next turn. Rats. Borrower's beating. Yeah, I think I want to keep some giant killers in post-board, but probably not all of them. Grasp seems okay. Chandra's great. She's uncounterable. Bedeck, Bedevil. Trim some of these. This is probably fine as a blocker. It's pretty cheap as far as spells go, too. Ugin's pretty expensive. I think I probably want some, but not all of these. Getting clunked up on multiple. Realm-Cloaked's probably bad. Actually, Realm-Cloaked's probably a little bit better than Sarkhan. We'll keep this as our top end. This seems okay. Grapple. Thanks for the 21 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This deck seems pretty neat. I think the Field of the Dead matchup's probably unwinnable bad, but if you can get past that, the adventure creatures are a really neat source of card advantage, or like there's these threat answer split cards. Yeah, probably want to restart after this match. Not a bad idea. It's been a couple 2-3. I did not submit a deck for the tournament yet. They're due in a few hours. Oh. Afternoon, Elvish Reclaimer. So, you'll notice I clicked here to put a stop on the end of my turn. The reason why I did that is I want to be able to kill this before my opponent untaps. So I don't want them to have the ability to protect their card. So when I kill that while they're still tapped out before they go back to their turn. Huh? I'm gonna try and stick Chandra here while they don't have 3 mana up. This is currently entering tapped. If we get negated or quenched, it feels a little bit bad, but I think it's correct to jam here while they have fewest counter spells available to them. Yeah, good to have you, Dual Josh. Looks like I might be doing a 12-hour shift of my own if things stay this crazy with the viewer count. I think I'm going to jam Bonecrusher next turn as opposed to running Chandra out, because Bonecrusher I can play around Quench this turn, which is nice. Yeah, I'm not going to do quite the crazy days I've done for the last 2 days every day next week, but I am planning to do a little bit more than the 6 hours I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. I think my plan is to be live from 7 to 3 at a minimum every day next week. If we stay over 2K viewers, is there a cap on your stream length? Yeah, probably like 10 or 11 o'clock. Let's say 10 or 11. Alright, I'm gonna jam Chandra here, because if they want to counter Chandra instead of playing Nightpack Ambusher, that seems like a win for me. Although maybe I should play this land out so I don't get quenched. Could go either way. The upside to not playing the land out is if Chandra draws a land, she can play it. I am in Central Time. It's currently 2 o'clock here, so we've been live for 7 hours. I start bright and early when my kids wake me up. Grab our second white source here. Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and just cycle the Fall Knight here. Oh, I tapped wrong. Yikes. Okay, so I could have tapped in a way where I could cycle this, play this, and leave Bedazzle up. And now I can't do all of those things with the way that I've tapped. Sure. Bad Whammer Jammer, thanks for the 9 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, playing into Quench there feels like a little medium minus, but like, they're gonna get to Quench something at some point, most likely, so might as well be now. This card's actually not even that good in the face of my Foulmire Knights. My old 1/1 Death Touch. The old 1/1 Death Toucher. I think I'm actually just passing here now, because I only have 2 black sources currently. And I want to be able to Murderous Rider if they end-step Doggo here. Yeah, end-step dog. I'm gonna go ahead and murder it. Get ambushed by this one. And then while they're still tapped out here, I'm just gonna go ahead and Bedeck this. Just keep the board clean. I feel like the opponent's deck doesn't really have any real card advantage in it, outside of like their 2 4-drops with Nightpack Ambusher and Frilled Mystic. So 1-for-1ing them at every opportunity I get a chance to 1-for-1 them ends up profitable for me, I think. Longer the game draws on, the more likely I am to win, as opposed to them. Type that's wild to get a card style. That sounds exciting. And again, just focusing on dragging out the game. Am I supposed to attack? Let's attack. Maybe I should wait a turn. I don't know. They're at 16. Bonecrusher's like ready to get him some coffee to close out this game. Alright, if they've got an Unsummon or a Autumn's Veil here, Veil of Summer, sure. Otherwise, let's get that out of there. Ooh, they added a Mortify animation. I guess that makes sense. They added Bedevil animations and stuff too. Haven't seen that one in a bit. It did not go up again overnight, but it didn't go down at least. Wow! You're bouncing my creature that kills. That seems like a poor use of that card. Because now we get to send him on an adventure. Like, they saved 2 life, but I get to send him on an adventure again. Your move, Yugi boy. Alright. What if I told you I'm going to use the card you bounced to my hand to kill it? How would that make you feel on the inside? Would it make you sad? Do 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 do. Beep beep do 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 do. Are you ready, chat? Because Bonecrusher's ready. Mystic me, daddy. Essence capture, sure. How about my other card that killed one of your cards? Too many 2-for-1s on the dance floor. Maybe I'm supposed to play those pre-combat. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to play those pre-combat so that way I know it's safe to attack with both. It can't block Bonecrusher Fearburger. Brazen Borrower only blocks creatures with flying. It's a hard knock life for Bone Crush Crusher. Do 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 do. Crush this sailor, this spectral sailor. Do 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 do. Pew pew. I appreciate your dedication to making songs. Listen, those couple of improv classes I took during high school and undergrad gotta get paid for somehow, okay? They weren't a waste, I swear. I put them to good use. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? How many? How many? Hey, Sai, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Hope your Saturday is going swell. Oop. Oop. This is what I had in mind. I'm new to Magic, so I'm looking forward to your edits. Fantastic. Sounds great. Alright, you have a Nightpack Ambusher. It'd be a darn shame if I had a bunch of ways to murder it. Just the darndest. All right, that was only game 2. So that only being game 2 brings me to a point that I like to bring up because I think enough people don't think about it. Decks like this one that we're playing are what I like to refer to as incredibly emotionally satisfying to play. Because even though we're 1-1 in this match, the game we lost was kind of fast and brutal, and the game we won was super long and drawn out, right? So even though we've won one game and lost one game, it feels like we're winning because the amount of time that we've spent winning is much longer than the amount of time we've spent losing. Many bones were crushed. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this with no 2-mana play. It's close because I have all my colors, though. Yeah, this hand is much better. I'm gonna bottom Chandra here. It's also the kind of decks that can't beat decks that go super over the top. Yeah, like Field of the Dead is unbeatable for us, essentially. We've talked about that a little bit. Currently playing Mardu Gates, which is a little bit awkward here. A lot of tapped lands. I'm gonna lead on Castle Locthwain here, so that way we can go Foulmire Knight plus a Temple on 2. Just get a Death Touch creature into play right away, so in case they play a 2-drop, I can't attack. No green mana as of yet. Cast my 1/1 with Death Touch. My draft deck's really good. Yep, just like in for every piece of removal here, I think. Red Rover, let Spectral Sailor come on over. Can Green Black Henge compete with Field? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I feel like it's probably bad against something like Yarok Field, but it's probably pretty reasonable against things like Golos that are a little bit greedier. Yeah, I don't think the Flash deck is very good. I don't think it was very good last season. I don't think it got better. It gained a bunch of tools, and it still feels like not quite good enough. Alright, so Fabled Passage is an untapped black source here, which then brings us another castle in untapped, so that's great. Yeah, I agree, Bob. You have like some tools there, right? It's not like you just like have nothing. You like can draw a bunch of haste creatures and run them down sometimes. Questing Beast is a heck of a drug. Evening Gecko. Gecko. Wait, wrong word. Alright, so Swamp. And then hopefully they tap out for a dog at our end of turn. And if they tap out for a dog at our end of turn, we get to Bedevil the dog and then crush the Spectral Sailor, which would be great. Which would be ideal. If they draw a card with this, we get to crush him in response. This is still an event. I'm not going to be playing ranked until Monday afternoon when the season resets. We are at a point in my ranking where I don't need to play anymore to make the top 1200, so... Something like Grixis might help us beat Field. Why? Because of what's it called? Realm-Cloak. Realm-Cloak is really good. Like, having a real sweeper is valuable. What does top 1200 get you? Finishing a season in the top 1200 is how you get an invite to the MCQ weekend. Jojo, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. I wonder if when they're finally gonna like pinch and draw a card or like blink and draw a card. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right, I'm gonna play the untapped land here because now I can Mortify, Bedevil, and Bonecrusher Giant all in one turn. We've not played with Lockmere Serpent yet on stream. Yeah, I definitely agree that there's probably some kind of mid-range shell with Bonecrusher and the Murder. Here's a question for you, Bob. Do you think it's possible to just splash Bonecrusher Giant into Green-Black Henge? Like, is that unreasonable? If you go up to 4 Paradise Druids and you have once, and like you could play 4 of the fetch land. Yeah, the mana in the format's good, and with Paradise Druid and once, I feel like you almost could. Alright, I've got 3 hours before we submit a deck. Should we play Jundhenge after this? This is going to be the last match with this one anyways. Should we build Jundhenge and play that? I feel like I want to build and play Jundhenge. I feel like we're probably gonna be doing a long stream today, so I can probably do most of the rest of the list while still adding Jun-Tenjin. I feel like I'm supposed to blink at some point here, but I'm really not sure. Are we just gonna like die to this 1/1 11 turns from now? Read Duke cosplay. I don't have enough hair to do a Reed Duke cosplay. Yeah, gifted subs are the same as normal subs in every way. Details on how to join the Discord server are here. Maybe this is the wrong time to finally pick a fight. Just because, they're gonna have to discard a card next turn. Arpie, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. And now this works out perfect, right? So like with Frilled Mystic being the second one here, I get to untap and Realm Cloak now, which is great. Would you have Carvold as card event? I don't know what Carvold is. I don't know what that card is. Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening, chat. Captain Jackson. It's Captain Jackson. Do 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 do. Holy crap. Chop the beanstalk down. Oh no! Oh! Come on, Hogland! Foo! I have 2 double black spells in my hand. Why did I trust the auto tapper? God damn it. We were totally gonna win this game too, and now we might not. Why on God's green earth would it tap both 2 black sources when I have 2 double black spells in my hand? That's so brutal. I always check. It's just harder to check with. It's harder to check with that kind of card. It's really frustrating. It seems like if I was programming the auto tapper, that seems like such an easy condition to check for. What do I know? What do I know? Wizards should put me on the MTGA team. Nah, there's plenty of really good software developers out there that they could and should hire that are better than me. Probably cheaper than me too. Uh-oh. I just typed the wrong command. I wonder how many people we're gonna lose. Whoops. Oh, it's been a while since I've done that. Whoopsie poopsie. I'm still here. Back, did it go back? I typed unhost right away. Let's see how many viewers we dropped off. Someone messaged me asking why they were banned. I wanted to see why they were banned. Thanks for the 18 months, Jeremy. Probably should have just done this inside of combat. Listen, chat, I've been live for 7.5 hours today, and I was live for 12 hours yesterday. It's been a long weekend, okay? Cut me some slack. Mobilized District's actually not a bad draw here. Oh, is this about to resolve? Is this about to resolve? Don't quench me. Don't do it. Oh, buddy old pal. Oh, buddy old pal. All right, chat. Never forget, greatness at any cost. It's what I like to see. Hosting and then unhosting right away must foobar it somehow. Yeah, we doubled the viewer count on accident. All right, so we're gonna Bonecrusher Giant this, because that way if they fight over it, they don't get a wolf this turn. Let's not tap my creature land, please. Should have done it while Renegade had, right? Well, now you know. Oh, I actually can't tap this. If I tap this, I die, right? I'm at 3. Yeah, I actually can't tap it now. Awkward. Adrian Calvito, thank you for doling out some sub-gifties. Happy Saturday to you. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. And Nupple Pidalax, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Put those to some Red Bulls. Sounds good. Alright, let's tap only one black source when we cast this. That's actually fine though, right? Because I have this little diddler to diddle them. Because next turn I have enough mana that I can diddle and activate this. Let's make sure we don't accidentally tap our creature land here, because it really likes to try and tap our creature land. Giant has vigilance and I'm dumb. I am super dumb. Giant has vigilance. Sorry, I was so caught up in all the things. Didn't matter. Dead to Brazen Borrower. That's unfortunate. It's a good top deck. That's a good game, and a lot of great back and forth there. Greatness at any cost, chat. All right. All right, to wrap on Mardu Adventure. So, I kind of feel like I'm glad we cut the Gideons to start, for starters. I felt like the Gideons was just like this randomly aggressive card in a deck that didn't otherwise need to be aggressive. I feel like Sarkhan we didn't really draw Sarkhan that much, but I also feel like it didn't really fit into this deck. I feel like I'd rather have something else that doubles as a threat answer split card. Like, honestly, a third Ugin's probably not unreasonable. An extra Mortify, something like that. Just like this card that all it does is win the game is kind of against like the flexibility of the rest of what this deck has going on. While the field matchup is almost certainly hopeless with this archetype, I really don't think it's fixable. I think this seems like it would probably pretty reasonable against the green creature decks that are running around, as well as some of the lower to the ground aggressive decks. These adventure creatures are just so very, very good. Speaking of these adventure creatures being great, we are going to try to splash the red one into the black-green henge deck here really quick and see how that goes. So we're going to run a quick ad break before we do that, and when I get back, we're going to do some deck building on stream here. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more magic coming up.